A staggering 66% of Americans now view a potential Biden victory as a disaster for the nation. It's a shocking statistic, isn't it? But it's one that recent polls have thrown into sharp relief. A substantial majority of Americans are genuinely concerned about what a Biden win could mean for their future. Why such anxiety? Well, there are a few reasons. Many worry about the direction Biden's policies might take the country. Others express reservations about his mental fitness. Regardless of the reason, this unease is not just a whisper in the wind. It's a roar that's echoing across the nation, causing a stir in every corner. And it's not just causing a stir among the general public. This unsettling sentiment is reverberating within the Democratic camp itself. It's leading to speculation, to whispers of change, and to the question on everyone's lips: could there be a potential replacement for Biden on the horizon? Now that's a thought to ponder on. Top Democratic donors have expressed concern over the progressive voters' trend of opting for uncommitted or no preference. This sentiment is more than just a ripple in the pond of political discourse. It's a wave that has the potential to reshape the landscape of the coming 2024 election. Why, you might ask? Well, the answer lies in the heart of the Democratic Party itself. Progressive voters, often younger and more ideologically driven, form a significant chunk of the Democratic base. Their support, or lack thereof, can make or break a candidate's chances of securing the nomination, let alone the presidency. Now, imagine a scenario where these voters are at best uncommitted or at worst, entirely apathetic. It's a predicament that sends shivers down the spine of any political strategist, and for good reason. A lack of enthusiasm can lead to lower voter turnout, which, in turn, can spell disaster in a tightly contested election. But the concerns don't end there. The shift towards uncommitted or no preference also highlights a deeper, more systemic issue within the Democratic ranks. It speaks volumes about the perceived lack of compelling candidates and the disillusionment with the current leadership. So what does this all mean for Biden and the Democrats? Well, it's a wake-up call, a reality check that they cannot afford to ignore. It's a clear indication that they need to reevaluate their strategy and reassess their potential candidates. But perhaps most importantly, it's a stark reminder that politics is not a spectator sport. It's a game of engagement, of rallying the troops and inspiring the masses. And right now, it seems like the Democrats have a significant challenge on their hands. As we inch closer to the 2024 election, these are the issues that the Democratic Party must address if they hope to secure a victory. And it's not just about winning an election, it's about winning the hearts and minds of their base, of proving that they are the party of the future, not just the party of the present. These warning signs are being perceived as a siren and a clarion call within the Democratic camp. The question now is, will they heed the call, or will they let the opportunity slip through their fingers? Only time will tell. Speculation is rife about the potential replacement of Joe Biden as the Democratic nominee for the 2024 presidential election. Now let's delve into the various scenarios. One possibility that has captured the imagination of many is Michelle Obama. With her charisma, intelligence, and widespread popularity, she could potentially reinvigorate the Democratic base. However, the question remains, is she interested in stepping into the political arena? Then there's Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. He's got executive experience and a progressive pedigree that could appeal to the left flank of the party. Yet, his leadership during the pandemic has raised eyebrows and could potentially be a stumbling block. But what about a unity ticket? This concept, though not new, has gained some traction recently. The idea is to unite the various factions of the Democratic Party under one banner. This could mean pairing a moderate candidate with a more progressive running mate, or vice versa. It could be an effective strategy to rally the party and present a united front to the voters. However, it's important to remember that these are just possibilities. The Democratic Party has a deep bench of potential candidates, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. And let's not forget that politics is a game of uncertainties. What seems probable today might be improbable tomorrow. One thing, however, is clear. The Democratic Party is at a crossroads. The challenges they face are not insurmountable, but they require careful thought and decisive action. The decision of who will lead the party in 2024 will have far-reaching implications, not just for the Democrats, but for the entire country. The question on everyone's mind is who will step in if Biden steps aside? As we move closer to the 2024 election, this question will undoubtedly continue to dominate political discussions. We'll keep an eye on the developments and bring you the latest as it happens. Until then, keep guessing, keep speculating, because in politics anything is possible. There are doubts about Kamala Harris's readiness to take on the presidency. Yes, you heard that right. While Harris has made history as the first female vice president, questions about her preparedness for the top job are surfacing. Is she ready to step into the Oval Office? Can she lead the nation with the same vigor and acumen as her predecessors? The Democratic Party's future leadership is under scrutiny. It seems they are at a crossroads, pondering their strategy for the upcoming elections. The party's choice of leadership could be a deciding factor in the 2024 presidential race. Will they go with a seasoned politician or introduce a fresh face? Will they stick to their traditional values or embrace a more progressive approach? These are pressing questions that the Democrats must tackle head-on. The stakes are high, and the future of the party, as well as the country, depends on the decisions they make today. The Democratic Party's future hangs in the balance as questions about its leadership and strategy remain unanswered. The 2024 presidential election is shaping up to be a crucial one for the Democratic Party. As we've navigated through this discussion, we've unveiled some serious concerns that are casting shadows over the upcoming elections. A significant portion of Americans, 2/3 to be precise, are viewing a Biden victory as a potential disaster or setback. Top Democratic donors are alarmed by the trend of progressive voters leaning towards uncommitted or no-preference options. They've dubbed it as a siren and a clarion call, signaling an urgent need for change. Speculations are swirling about a possible replacement for Joe Biden as the Democratic nominee. Names like Michelle Obama and Gavin Newsom are being tossed around in the conversation. And let's not forget the doubts surrounding Kamala Harris's readiness to assume the presidency, which further complicates the Democratic Party's future leadership and strategy. As the 2024 election approaches, the Democratic Party faces a challenging road ahead, with questions about its leadership, strategy, and choice of nominee remaining unanswered.